Hi, and welcome to this video. It's part of a series for people with long-term illness, including long COVID, people dealing with disability, in fact, anything where your physicality has let you down. I want to talk to you today about uncertainty. The reality is that uncertainty or change is one of the constants that we have in life. You know, Micawber talked in one of the Dickens book about death and taxes being the two constants in life. But we live with change and uncertainty from the moment we're conceived until we die. If you think about it, you're not the person that you were as a toddler or even 5 years ago. All of your cells have changed over a period of time. Your thoughts, your beliefs may have changed. Dealing with uncertainty, particularly when you are in the throes of taking a new look at life through the eyes of long-term illness, through disability, uncertainty takes on a completely different feel. Maybe you haven't got a diagnosis. 5 years it took me to truly understand what had happened as a result of the accident and virus. Uncertainty, will I get better? Will I walk again? Will this treatment help? Will this make me worse? I have a terrible track record for reacting to drugs. In fact, one drug therapy put me in hospital for 4 months. And so when anybody suggests me taking a supplement or a drug, the uncertainty of, is this the right thing for me to do, is huge. Dealing with uncertainty can leave you feeling that you have no control over your life. And that is not the case. You do have huge control. You can't control those things that are in the lap of the gods that are yet to happen. You can't change the past. You can't control the future. The one thing you have now is now. You have the certainty of this minute now. How are you going to use it? Are you going to spend it being anxious about the future? It might never happen. And many people, particularly those where life's been turned on its head, a body that you really relied on, which is no longer playing your game, that's huge. And I'm not in any sense making light of it. I know how difficult it is. But I also recognize by choosing to make the most of every moment, and that every day, every week, every month, that makes an enormous difference to not only the quality of your life, but the quality of people's lives around you. Yes, of course, you've got to plan for the future, and it is an uncertain future for many of you who are listening to this. But what I do know is that you have a sense of what you want to achieve and that you work towards that, you are more likely to achieve it than if you just worry about what may never happen. Medics can be wrong. They can give you their best guess given their experience, but they don't know. Ultimately, you can make a difference to the quality of your life moment by moment, but also to your prognosis by the way in which you choose to deal with uncertainty. Uncertainty is a fact of life. So how do I deal with it? Well, I'm curious. You've said this is the case. I'm curious. Might be true, might not be. If it's something that's really positive, I'm very curious about how I can make sure that that does happen. If it's something I don't like the sound of, well, I'm curious, can I find a different way? I know that medics don't always get it right. So take radical responsibility. There's a video about that for yourself and how you turn up and how you do things. But ultimately, uncertainty means just that. We don't know. So what are you going to do to help yourself make your future as comfortable and as healthy and as productive as you can? Curiosity is a real help. I'm a bit of a skeptic too, and I think that's really healthy. You know, if somebody says this is what's going on, I question it. I do it very politely and I do it very constructively. But I don't just take what people tell me as gospel. I'll go and look. I'll go and find out. I'll ask people's advice. I will explore. So be curious. Be an explorer. Become the expert of you And there's a video about that too. Recognize that uncertainty is with us, whether you have a disability, a long-term illness or not. We just don't know. Learn to be comfortable with it, and life will take on a very, very different quality. Ultimately, the only thing you can deal with is now. One of the reasons I've created this playlist of videos is to help you find ways to feel more certain about how you can manage things and how you can make a positive difference to yourself, whether you are the person who has the illness or not, whether you have the disability or not, or you're the person who's supporting them. You can make life better by dealing with uncertainty. If you're a carer, please give people the option, a sense of choice. Don't try and make it certain by telling people what they've got to do. And there's a video about that too. You are the common denominator in your life. Every moment of every day you take you with you. How are you going to turn up? Are you going to spend your life being fearful and anxious about what may never happen? Are you going to spend your life railing against uncertainty? Or are you going to make the most of every moment? Your choice. I'm here to help. Do reach out and let me know what's your story and how can I help. Email me at Gina, Gina, @genuinely-you. I'd love to hear from you. You take care. Bye now.